The fight starts on a platform surrounded by lava. When you go to the end of it, a big creature will come out of the lava in there, and that's the next sin. He has a few attacks. First is just a basic slam of his left or right arm. Keep in mind that this is the best time to dodge these attacks is because when he's actually going in to attack you, if you wait till the actual hand is over the land, you'll actually be able to have a better chance of dodging if you dodge at that time than just dodging randomly because you think it's about to hit you. So wait for the hands to be over the land. When he's about to hit you, he'll do a slam rotation. He'll just straight up try to punch you sometimes. If you wait till that hand is over that land, you have a better, more consistent way of dodging it. After he tries to hit you once or twice, what he'll do is he'll bring both hands up and he'll slam on the ground. That's his next attack. I do want you to be very aware that this is not the time to be doing damage. This is not the time to be doing anything. When he does that attack, just completely dodge it. Don't even try to do anything related to that attack. Now, what his next thing is, he'll throw these lava soldiers at you, and you know we'll go into that a little bit more. And they'll chase you, and if they hit you, what they'll do is they'll explode. He also has a fireball attack that throws in sets of 2, so we'll go into that you know, a little bit here later as well. And one of the most annoying attacks he does is he throws these huge swords around and it'll stick into the map. And if he hits them, you know, with you, what will happen is if he hits those swords when he slams his hand down or anything like that, he'll actually sling them at you. So we need to be aware of that as well. The worst part about this encounter is he can use any of these abilities at any time. Sometimes all of them are one after another. So he'll throw the swords down, then he'll throw the lava creatures down, he'll throw the fireballs down. He can get really hectic really fast. So be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you don't fall off the map, because that's happened to me a few times when I did fight this dude. And you know, he will take both hands and swing multiple times, and he'll knock part of the map off that you're standing on. Notice that mainly you'll know when it happens. When he swings his hand up, I don't know if it's damage ratio or if it's time. I've noticed that he can do it regardless how much damage you have, so I think it's a lot of time. So if you don't do a decent amount of damage in a certain amount of time, you're gonna have a really hard time beating this dude. And he does another one of his attacks. He'll shoot this fire beam straight up the middle of the map. That's pretty easy to dodge. That's one of his easiest moves to dodge. So let's go ahead and get on to the fight itself. This fight is going to be hard to explain to you. The information I gave you earlier is his attacks in general. And normally there would be a pattern of when he uses these attacks, or you know, these bosses, but this is not your normal boss fight. He can do any of these attacks at any point, does not normally stick with one. He normally does all of them back to back and can get very difficult to dodge. After having a lot of swords falling from this guy and combining it with a slam of his right arm, sometimes he'll shoot the fire beam. So what I'm here to tell you is the key. I'm going to tell you how to dodge his moves, and hopefully you'll get, you know, a lucky run, and I hope for the best for you guys. So when it comes out, when he comes out, if you stay close to him, you can actually bait him swinging his arm at you. I have noticed that I have a lot more success rate when I'm closer to him on the ledge than when I'm not closer to him on the ledge. So what you want to do is you want to bait that arm, you want to bait the slam. And when you bait the slam, he'll come straight down and you'll be able to hit his arm a couple of times. Now, after you dodge to the right, and it's like I said, wait for the arm to be completely over the ground before you attempt to dodge. That way you have a better chance of actually dodging the attack. After a few hits, you'll destroy the armor on his hand, which when it's exposed, it's like a big lava hand, which now you can actually do damage to him with his hand exposed. So the next time he slams it on the ground, you'll actually be able to hit his damaged arm and do a lot of damage to him in general. Sadly, that's the only really way to hurt him, is you actually have to hit his damaged arm or his arm in general. So you have to wait and bait that attack before you can even attack it. So I noticed if you stay close to him, you can bait a lot more, like I said. But most of the time you have to at least deal with the swords, the bare minimum. He'll shoot those swords down. Coming down, when you can notice, if you look when he shoots the swords down, there'll be a circle, like a white circle on the ground before they hit. So what I would normally do is I would dodge the attacks, and I would look at his hand and try to bait his arm at the same time. So when you're dodging the circles and you're dodging his hand, you'll be able to do damage and, you know, keep as much health as possible. Now let's talk about his other attacks. Now the fire soldiers are pretty easy to dodge. He'll throw them all out. Now what I want you to do is I want you to wait until they're all up and starting to walk around. Then what you'll do is you run circles around them. You'll keep dodging and rolling. Eventually you'll make them all explode. It's a pretty easy attack to dodge. I don't think you guys will have too much issues. Now the fireballs. He'll shoot 2 sets of fireballs. Normally I'd run back from the left to right, wait for him to shoot one of them, maybe on the left side, and when he shoots that first one, then I would run to the right so he shoots the second set. Now once both sets are done, I want you to keep in mind these fireballs leave AoE attacks for a few seconds and you will take damage if you stand over them. This is why I said do it at the back of the map, that way you have plenty of movement that you can do in the front of the map. It makes it a lot easier when you can actually move and not be, you know, pressured to going to the left, going to the middle to avoid these AoE attacks. If they're in the back and you're in the front, you don't really have to worry about them too much. So that's definitely, keep that in mind. Now his fire beam attack will charge. It's pretty easy to dodge. I think out of all the moves he does, this is the easiest to dodge. Now after he shoots the beam, it stays on the same path, but you know, be very cautious because he actually shoots another beam right afterwards. Now when it comes to his hand slamming, there are actually 2 types. He does both hand slams on the ground. That's the first one where he tries to swing both his hands after you, and after a couple swings he'll slam them both. This is not the time to attack him. Like I said earlier, this is the worst time because you won't really get any damage and you might get attacked by something else, and I don't want that because the key point here is consistency. You need to choose your times to attack him and not choose your times to attack him. If you don't get much benefits to attack him at that point, you don't need to even waste the time doing it. Then right after, he'll slam and he'll bring it back to the back of the map. Like I said, just focus entirely on dodging that attack. Do not get hit by that. Another attack that you want to watch out for is instead of punching you, sometimes he'll try to grab you. Do not get hit by this. This will do dramatic amount of damage to you. I cannot stress enough. Do not get hit by this attack. Now the last attack that he'll do is when he'll do the slam move where he'll destroy the platform that's in front, the first platform. This is a pretty easy one to see. You'll know when he's about to do it because he'll do it randomly without trying to swing at you first. So just keep that up. As long as you keep the pressure on going on him, you get a decent amount of damage every platform before he destroys it. You should be able to kill him relatively easy before he destroys all the platforms. So there it is. That's how you beat, you know, I think he is Anger or Wrath or one of those. I don't remember which sin that is. But, you know, leave a like if you liked it. If you beat him, tell me how easy it was in the comment section. Tell me, did you use any other kind of methods? This is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.